The votes are adding up. We'll give you the latest numbers next on the Rockbridge Report. Are we live?
Welcome back to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Katie Stewart.
And I'm Michael McGuire. Thanks for joining us. The mayoral race between incumbent Mimi Elrod and Councilwoman Mary Harvey Halseth has come to an end. The results are in, and Mayor Elrod has come out on top with over 60% of the vote. Scott Harrison is here in the studio on a phone call with newly re-elected Mayor Elrod. Scott?
Thank you, Michael. How are you doing this evening, Mayor?
I am just wonderful. Thank you for asking. I am very excited to have been elected, and especially by a very large margin.
Yeah, so tell me, what do you think set you over the top this time around?
Well, I had a fairly good margin last time, but I've been talking to friends and sort of analyzing and thinking about what happened, and frankly, I think it's because people have seen me as mayor for 4 years, and they obviously must like what I have been doing and the direction in which the city is moving. And I think some of the votes, some of the things that my opponent said were obviously not particularly pleasing to our constituents. So I'm very pleased about that. I do have a lot of friends here, but I think it was also a matter of seeing how I've done as mayor, and it's an affirmation of that. As much as it is of an affirmation of me.
All right, well, thanks again, Mayor Elrod. And back to you, Michael.
Thanks, Scott. In the 6th District congressional race, Republican Bob Goodlatte beat Democrat challenger Andy Schmuckler. He won with 69% of the vote. In 2008, Goodlatte defeated Sam Russell with almost 62% of the vote. In their campaigns, Goodlatte and Schmuckler focused mainly on the economy. Goodlatte emphasized spending cuts. He campaigned against the Affordable Care Act, or Obamacare. Goodlatte's victory secures him an 11th term. On seats vacated by City Council.
Seats vacated on City Council by Bob Lira's retirement and David Cox's choice not to run again left 4 candidates running for just 3 spots on Lexington City Council today. John Mormon, Marilyn Alexander, Frank Friedman, and Camille Miller were the candidates. Friedman came out on top with 28% of the vote, Alexander in second with 26% of the vote, and Miller taking the final council spot with 23% of the vote. Challenger Mormon was left off the council, receiving only 20% of the vote today. Lexington's new city council will include Alexander, Friedman, Miller, and returning councilman George Pride, Chuck Smith, and Harvey Halseth. Lexington registered over 51 votes in the city council race this year, about 8% more than the 2008 election.
When we return, we'll have election results from the presidential and congressional races. Stay with us.
Learning how to kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
I think my purse is upstairs on the bed.
It's not here.
Check the dining room.
No.
What about your sister's room?
It's not there either.
The upstairs closet? The downstairs closet?
There are no more closets.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy. Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Did you know that getting up and getting active for just 60 minutes a day is all it takes to help you get stronger, look better, and feel great?
Or that fresh fruits and veggies aren't just healthier and crunchier, they can taste better too?
Eating better and getting more active is easier than you think.
Yeah! Keep watching for some fun and easy ways to discover the magic of healthy living in your life.
America.
Let's get healthy together!
Buena Vista voted today to fill 2 seats on its school board. Voters came out in record numbers for the election. Edward Matheny and Bill Fitzgerald ran to keep their seats after being appointed to the school board following a wave of resignations earlier this year. They ran against challenger Roy Moeller for the 2 seats. Buena Vista polls closed at 7 tonight. Results are still not in for the city. The 2 new school board members will work with the other 5 members of the board to find a new district superintendent for next year. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned online for the newest developments in the Buena Vista School Board elections. Polls in Virginia closed over just 2 hours ago. Right now in the presidential race, nearly half the states have closed their polls. Obama is leading in the crucial swing state of Ohio. In Virginia, Romney leads with 52% of the vote, with roughly half of the precincts reporting. However, lines are long and we won't have the winner until well after 11 tonight. Joining us now for his perspective is Washington and Lee law professor Chris Seaman. Seaman is an expert in voting rights and election law. Thanks for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Katie.
Virginia Governor Bob McDonnell signed a new voter ID law in May. It's intended to prevent voter fraud, but is this law really necessary for Virginia?
I don't think so. There's been no evidence of in-person voter fraud, which is what voter identification is meant to combat. Instead, what you see often is that you see voter confusion as to what types of identification is required at the polls, and possibly some voters showing up and then realizing that they don't have a proper form of ID and not being able to vote.
Okay. How might this have affected today's voter turnout, especially knowing that Virginia is a swing state in the national election?
I actually think Virginia's law was designed to be a bit more permissive than some other states that have recently passed voter identification laws, so I don't think it had quite as big an impact here as it did, for example, in Pennsylvania. In Virginia, a number of different forms of identification could be used, including voter ID cards.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
In the race for Virginia's seat in the U.S. Senate, Republican George Allen is running against Democrat Tim Kaine. The candidates are no strangers to highly competitive campaigns. Both are former Virginia governors. Allen is leading Kaine with 51% of the vote. 52% of precincts have reported. Allen's win would put the Republicans closer to regaining a Senate majority. A hotly contested issue was tax policy. Allen spent much of his campaign tying Kaine to President Obama's policies. Allen looks to continue Bush-era tax cuts on the wealthy. Kaine says he would allow the tax cuts to expire. Kaine hopes to fill the seat of retiring Democrat Jim Webb. Allen aims to regain the seat he lost to Webb in 2006.
Thanks for joining us for this segment. We'll continue to keep you updated. We'll be back in an hour. For the most recent updates, check out our website at rockbridgereport.washingtonandlee.net. Thanks so much.